This week we're looking at Paul's sermon on Mars Hill, Acts chapter 17. Today particularly we're going to begin at verse number 24. And Paul's talking to them about the unknown God. You see, God should have been known, God could have been known, but He was unknown to them. And in verse number 24, he has this to say, God who made the world and everything in it, since He is Lord of heaven and earth, does not dwell in temples made with hands, nor is He worshipped with men's hands as though He needed anything, since He gives to all life, breath, and all things. It's kind of interesting, while Paul's standing here on Mars Hill at the Areopagus, I don't know which way Paul was facing. But I can almost imagine him facing the crowd, and just over his shoulder would be the Acropolis. The Acropolis can be viewed from Mars Hill. And on the Acropolis there are several shrines and buildings there. The most significant of them would be the Parthenon. And inside the Parthenon is the image of Athena. It's really interesting. You can go to Nashville and you can see a replica of the Parthenon. And even inside, back in the 80s, they commissioned an artist to recreate the image of Athena. And it's supposed to be pretty accurate. We have little statues and images on coins and writings about Athena. And so they were very careful to detail. And you have this huge image over almost 40 feet tall of the goddess Athena. And I can almost imagine Paul as he's standing there, and maybe he points back and he says, God doesn't dwell in temples. And these people here, they've created gods that they have to house. And someone says, well, what about the temple of God? And God dwells in that temple. No. Keep in mind, back in 1 Kings chapter 8, verse 27, even Solomon acknowledged in his prayers, God can't be contained by a building. And a God that has to be housed, a God that has to be taken care of, is not much of a God. They didn't know about the true God of the Bible, that has created everything, that is not the created, but the Creator. A lot of people get things out of order. And instead of worshiping the one true God of the Bible, they worship creation. They worship the God of their choice. Join us again tomorrow for your Daily 180.